November 15th, 2023. I woke up. I was going to the bathroom, or so I thought. But when I went to throw my legs around, to the side of the bed so I could step down onto the floor, I realized my left leg was like, screaming in pain. Okay. The back of my leg was like a rubber band pulled to the tightest it could be, and there was no give in it. Every time I tried to bend or move my leg, it sent shockwaves up my spine, from my spine down to the bottom of my foot, and it felt like somebody was plucking a guitar string every time I tried to move. That's when I realized I had sciatica. I did a video visit. Doctor was like, "Oh yeah, that's sciatica." Now, I had mild signs of it before. When I was going through my custody case, 2015, 16, 17, in the fall, the back of my leg would tighten up, and I would just feel like, ooh, I can't bend my leg because it's going to hurt real bad. But it was nothing like this day. So I got up out of bed that day because I had to pee real bad anyway. It was just going to happen. So I just stood up, and then I was like, maybe if I take a couple of breaths and straighten up. But I immediately buckled and was back down to the bed. So I had to hop almost. I had my hands on the bed and I was hopping around to the bathroom, and I grabbed the wall and I slid around, the corner, and boom, eventually I got there. But then it was time to sit down, and it was another problem because, how am I do this? So I used the vanity to put my elbow up, and I stabilized myself, and I kept my leg as straight as I could possibly keep it, not straight, but relaxed, with the knee kind of bent, but not purposely bending or straightening it. It was just hanging right there, right? So I swung it around and I got to sit down, but then I was like, how the hell am I gonna get up? So anyway, that was a whole ordeal, and yeah, it was bad. So I ended up having to roll over to the tub and take a shower because it was just all bad, okay? So that was the first time. And then from that doctor sent me to get imaging done. She was like, have you ever? I'm like, nope, never had any. Okay, that's when I got my MRI and found out I had lumbar spondylosis. So the discs in my back, in the lower region, from my T10 down to my L5, S1 area, all of that is just out of order, right? Just compressed and oozing and, rocking back and forth and all kind of pressure and pain and stuff. Rubbing, osteoarthritis, what they call bone spurs. They call them something else. But bone spurs, all that. Just spine just all jacked up. Jenga, just rocking and rolling in the base, right? So, okay, I had a diagnosis and I could move with that, right? So then came the whole down the rabbit hole episode. Now that I know what that is, let me go find out what that is, right? So I started doing my research. Okay, so in my research, I found that it's pretty much irreversible, and I'm gonna just be living with this thing. So how do we not have sciatica again? I was on my back for about a month with that. That video visit took me to, I got a prescription. My cousin brought it to me. I had muscle relaxer. I had ibuprofen 800. I had steroids. Now let me tell you, that combination right there, woo, knocked out every piece of pain I had in my whole body. Okay, I was feeling great, except sometimes I would nod off, couldn't hold my head up straight because muscle relaxers. I don't know if you ever had them, but the way they do me, it was just disrespectful having me out here nodding and stuff, right? But it's funny now. But for a month, I couldn't really do much because I was laid out, because I couldn't really trust myself to be moving, because I'd be falling asleep and not know it and all that, So I weaned myself off the meds, and then I was, pretty much pain-free from that episode. But that's when I realized I had to dig a little deeper into the research, right? All right, so long story short on that, that's what I got. I did all the research. I went to physical therapy. You know, when I told y'all in my last video, they give you the bands and the video and the moves to do for, you know, you got to strengthen your core. The problem with your back is your core is not strong. So you have to strengthen your core muscles, and then you can support your back better, right? You also have to do some exercises for these knees to keep screaming at you, because, you know, that's how you strengthen the muscles around the knee, and therefore it'll support the knee better, and the knee won't have to do so much work, and blah, 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 blah. But it's all, you know, the bones are all still rubbing up on each other, getting real comfortable. So they just doing what they do, and the pain is what it is. So the doctor says, the pain management doctor says, do you want injections for these knees, or do you want to try the pill first? Let me try the pill first. Let me do that. So I did that, and I've been on that. Because I don't really know about putting needles in these knees. I just don't know. That might be like a sensitive area to put a needle in. I'm not really feeling that. So I haven't done that. I'm not even interested in that. So yeah, then there's that. And then, you know, there's, okay, well, it is what it is, but it's not going to be like an everyday thing, right? Wrong. Wrong. So every day that I was suffering was because of a combination of pain from this and pain from that. And now I can't support my own weight because there's, none of this stuff worked like it's supposed to. My hydraulics is all off, you know, the broke. Your hydraulics don't work, you know, they don't lift the thing and put it down like it's supposed to. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, there's that. All right, so now I'm like, okay, just give yourself some time to sit with this and see what comes of it, right? So after about 4 months went by, I was talking to somebody, and I realized that I needed to file for disability because life as I knew it was going to change. It already changed. I can't do none of the stuff I used to do at this point, right? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and file for disability, because at first I was under the impression that it's me, you know, I'm superior as far as, you know, will and drive and, what do you call them, ambitions and all that. I'm stronger than most of the people I know. I'm going to do what I need to do, because, boom, it's me. No. Okay, so once I accepted that I was on a new course, I had to try not to be too much in control of my new course, because I don't know nothing about this. I respect experts and professionals and specialists who know what they're doing with a certain kind of thing, and their area is this, that, and the other. I let them do what they do, because that's not what I do. Just like what I do is what I do, and don't you come over here trying to tell me what I do. I'm a specialist in many things. You can't tell me nothing about those things, right? So I'm going to let the specialist tell me what to do, and I'm, you know, stay right here, and then I'm going to pray to the Lord and ask him to keep me in, you know, in my zone, my lane, so I don't be out here trying to do too much controlling things or get in the way. So I listen to all the professionals, the doctors and the therapists and the people who've come before me, elders, yes, those who are dealing with things. Now, mind you, this is only a piece of the puzzle, because I still have these mystery illness bouts, so I call them the Michelin Man. So on the days that I have the Michelin Man effect, it's like from my neck, like my shoulders and everything down to the floor. All the rest of me just becomes swollen, like Incredible Hulk. Imagine the Incredible Hulk. You know how, like, you know, his foot was regular, in some regular shoes, until he turned to the Incredible Hulk, and then all of a sudden he can't fit them shoes no more. Ain't nothing you can do with them. That was me. Try to put on a t-shirt, it's cutting off my circulation in my arms, and my midsection just don't want. None of it's working. I couldn't wear shoes, regular shoes. I gotta wear my flip-flops, or I gotta put on some old Jordans, you know, with the laces done a certain way, because I can't put my foot in no regular Jordans and tie them up. It's not gonna happen, right? Not at this point. So the Incredible Hulk, okay? I'm dealing, I'm accepting all the things, right? And then After I get to a piece where I can be like, it just is what it is, and we moving differently now, but we still have value. We still have our mind. We can do things with our mind. That's always been the star of the show anyway. So whatever things I've, contrived, whatever businesses I've thought up, and whatever plans I've come up with, they all came from right here. So I can still do a lot of the things that I could do. I just gotta do them differently and less physically. So I started planning. I was changing names, and I'm changing my website, and I'm changing, the write-ups about my services and all those things, because they got to be slightly different. I don't want to mislead anybody, right? Okay. So I'm accepting that I'm on a new path, and I'm going forward in that direction, right? Okay. Okay, now here comes the hard part. Grieving the loss of your former self. As somebody who has gained weight many, many times in the past, I have often had to say goodbye to certain clothes, certain styles, certain shoes. Look, this body has done wonderful, amazing things, okay? It pushed out 2 babies and they cut out 1. But it has delivered 3 gorgeous children with all special, unique abilities and brilliances, and just we do good work, right? This body has walked me up and down North Capitol Street when I worked over there by Union Station in some pumps, 4-5 inches, period. We wasn't wearing kitten heels back then in the 90s. It was just a nice pump, okay? So we walked all over DC in pumps. We did that. And sometimes if we had to run for the train or the bus or something, we had to put them in our bag and put on our tennis shoes because we already knew we was late. But for the most part, we walked around in pumps, okay? Mm-hmm. And then this body has been to numerous nightclubs in booties with 4.5-inch heels, skinny ones. Yeah, little ankle, sexy booties, okay? We have worn mini skirts. We have worn all kind of tights, all the things that make these legs look amazing, right? We have done it. This body has accomplished wonderful things for us, right? It don't look the same no more. It don't work the same no more. You know how you not memorize, so you go down memory lane, you be like, I remember when I was in my 20s, child, I was a size 12, and the way them jeans was fitting me. Whoo! I got this one friend who always remind me about them used jeans we used to wear, and the way mine fit me. All the other girls, let me just say, I have always been built like a grown-ass woman. Even when I was small, I was maybe like a size 7, 8, but I was curvy. I had to shop at Casual Corner with grown folks when I had a job, and I was 18. Because, I wasn't going to be able to fit no Guess jeans. I could never fit Guess. Oh, one time I had a Guess jean mini skirt. It was a size 32. Because all the other girls was a little skinny. They was built like they was in junior high school. Not me. Not ever me. I couldn't fit the jeans. I don't ever remember having a pair of Guess jeans because they was just cut too. Wasn't for me. This body ain't never do that. But I tell you what, after I had my second kid, I got into a pair of Parasuco jeans, and I was like, what? I ain't never been able to do that before. But after, a little while, I was like, I don't like this little body. I need my thump back. That's what I called it, my thump. I need my thickness back. So I got my thickness back. I stopped breastfeeding, and it just came back on its own. But this body has done some things, and I'm trying to appreciate it for all that it has been and release it. It's not that no more. But it's still a good body. It's still doing me all right. I don't have diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease. I don't have a bunch of things. I got fibromyalgia and lumbar spondylosis with osteoarthritis and bone spurs on my knees and my spine and my hips. I got carpal tunnel in my right wrist, which doesn't allow me to support myself with certain tools because, it's just not gonna work out. So if my back and my legs don't work that day, I'm not gonna be able to just use a cane because my wrist ain't going to hold it either. So I'm going to just lay down that day and I'm going to be all right with that because this body has done all kinds of wonderful things and we thank it and we release it to be what it is now. Now, mind you, it's funny. All of the swelling and all the things that I be going through, the kind of clothes I buy now, I got to always have stretch because regular jeans just ain't going to fit these legs or this butt. So I buy all my clothes with stretch in it. And funny enough, I never went up a size when I was my most inflamed self. I never go to the next size. It just still works some kind of way. It's wild. But my shoes, nah, not putting them on. Most days, I'm not going to be able to put them on. So, I have somehow gotten to a point where I can manage the inflammation where it's only a few days out of the month now, not just like haphazard all the time, every single week. So with all the supplements that I put together and the Lord guided me to, get each thing in place, I have been less inflamed than I was in the beginning. So there's that. They don't get it. I remember so many arguments where I asked one of my kids to physically do something in the house or get me something or cook me something or something that I needed help with that day. And one of my kids said to me, all you ever do is sit on the side of that bed. Won't you get up and do something? Of course, this is one of them adult ones. And no, they don't live here no more. But that ain't why. It's just, it's what it is. So I was like, mind your damn business and get out of my house. Of course. That wasn't the right answer, but of course. Okay? So anyway. But the whole little chatter around it is, won't you just get up? Why you always acting like you can't do nothing? They get sick of looking at you looking like that or saying something about that. Like, what do you mean? It hurts. What hurts? Where? Why? There's nothing wrong with you. Something wrong. But something is wrong with you, right? They don't get it. They ain't never going to get it. It ain't for them to get it. It's fine. You ain't got a support system. You just ain't got one. But pray for it and talk to people who know what you're talking about. I know from some people, including my mother, who have aches and pains and have been dealing with them different ways. So that's where I get some of my tips. And one of my girlfriends, the one from North Carolina, she says to me one day, you got to be kind to yourself. And I had to think about that. Be kind to yourself. Like, wow. I never even thought about it because I've been in so deep in boom, 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 knock this out, do that, get this. I'm such a programmer, a planner, a organizer, a, leader type. I'm all about the strategy and the I can't do that. I gotta step outside of this thing and be like, today we need grace. Just like we release that old body and we appreciate it for what it's been able to do for us. Some days we just gotta be like, this is my today. And I'm gonna just lean into it. So I sit on this bed, I put my feet up, and I watch design shows. Or I sit on this bed and I read or I listen to audio articles and stuff. Because those days, I just need somebody to be nice to me. And it starts with me. Be kind to yourself. This is hard. You've never done this before. Even if you've been in it for a while, you've never really broken it down and looked at it like a program that you have to master each segment before you can move on to the next one. This is hard. Be kind to yourself. Going forward, you got your mind right? You know what size you wear? Sometimes you might need a bigger size that month. I'll never forget, I was watching, I think it was something on Instagram. And one of the influencers, one of the designers that I follow said, she has an autoimmune disease, and sometimes she's a size 6 and sometimes she's a size 10 in the same month, but she just buys the wardrobe in both sizes and just keep it moving because ain't no time, to really sit and reflect on why I'm 2 sizes bigger right now. Does that even really matter in the grand scheme of things? Like, look around. Why does that matter so much? It's enough things to be worried about. It's enough things to be focused on. It's enough things to be happy about. There's enough things to be joyous about. I'll tell y'all about that little Shiloh Floyd, that youngest, that 3-year-old one. Child, listen. One time I said, "Ooh, Shiloh, be careful of your elbows. My body hurt." He said, "It always hurt." He ain't Mr. B. He just kept moving like... He was 2 years old. What you know about it always hurt? Shut up, ain't nobody talking to you. And then, but Zahir, my 7-year-old, he's very, very attentive and very cautious. And he always asks me, "Ma, you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good. You okay?" He be like, "Yeah, I'm good." But he checks all the time. Shiloh, he just be like, "Honey, honey, honey, honey." And he always put his elbows in my leg, no matter, like he forgot. And then sometimes they want to flip on the bed, and I be like, "Hold it. Don't nobody kick me in the back." And he be like, "Oh, honey." He get on my nerves. It's always one. It's always one. But still, those two, they keep me laughing. They keep me smiling. And they keep me looking for opportunities to go beyond what this is and how this feels. So it's good. It's good. So going forward, you got to have something to drive you forward and something to pull you forward. Something that makes you go outside. Like, I always tell my son with ADHD, I'm like, your brain works a certain kind of way. This is what your brain is going to make you do. Every single time you pick something up, you say, "I'm going to take it somewhere." You got to take it right then because your brain is going to tell you, you can sit it down and we'll remember it later, but it's lying. It never remembers it later. So you have to put systems and processes in place to make it so you can go around that thing. Same here. Whatever your limitations are, you got to put systems and processes in place to help you get around that thing if you want to go to the other side. So going forward means going around your disability, your inability, your handicap, your whatever the struggle is. Give yourself time to sit with your current reality, figure out if that's the reality you want to have going forward, or decide you want something else. And if you decide you want something else, think about it, pray about it, write it down, take a picture, make a vision board, whatever you got to do to get you motivated to go toward that thing, and just be like, "Yeah, we decided we doing this, and that's it. We doing it." And go do it. I decided my grandkids are at the perfect age for us to take walks together, to go to the pool together, to sit beside them at the playground or at the pool or wherever they are and be me and read and whatever I gotta do. Even though I don't really like outside, I'll do it for them though. Bugs, I get the bug spray, but I hate outside so bad. It just makes me itch. And then things be landing on you and crawling on you and touching you. But anyway, for them, I will do the things. So I need to make sure I have systems and processes that allow me to do things. For instance, the rollator, part of it was because, well, if they want to go for a walk, I should be able to go for a walk. So I'm going to put my rollator on the ground, we going. Because, standing up on my own strength is hard. But if I got my rollator, I can lean on that. Or I can pause and sit in the driveway while they run up and down the sidewalk or something. But I got to do something because I can't just be sitting in here all the time. Then I decided also, because of them, if I do go to the pool, I don't know if I can ever in life, I doubt that I'll be able to sit on a lounge chair. It's too low. Matter of fact, case in point, last month, I just had a overwhelming desire to do something different with that family room over there. The sofa was huge. Hold on, let me show you what it used to look like. So yeah, the sofa was big and bulky, and at the time I bought it, I didn't have any grandkids. It was in 2017, so I had this big, huge lounging type sofa. I was going to throw myself on it, and one cushion would hold my whole body, and I would watch football and do anything else I want to do. Well, it was too low. I couldn't sit down on it. I surely couldn't get up off it because it like pulled you in. It was a plush type couch, so I gave it away. I got a new couch that's taller. It's got 2 sets of legs. You choose the height. Chose the highest height. I can sit on it. I can get up off it. It's got 2 ottomans, and it's green. It's lovely. You see, right? It's a whole new thing, and a new rug and everything. And now the room feels like, wow, come on in here, honey. It's part of your room too. So I can go in there with my grandkids, and we can use the chalkboard and do different things. Cause I decided that for them, I would try different things, and I would not be limited. I decided. So yeah, give yourself some time to sit with it, figure out all the things about it, and figure out how you can get around all the things about it. Because if that's what you want to do, you can. They got ways. So yeah, this your new reality. Go through your steps. Be okay with you. Move forward. And that's it.